Here we go.
Here we go.
Right. Please, hello and welcome.
Right. Please, hello and welcome.
God, there's an echo here.
God, there's an echo here.
Yeah, we've got. I think we've got a ghost.
Yeah, I think we've got a ghost.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I will tell you we got on in a minute.
I will tell you we got on in a minute.
Oh, in the meantime. Thank you. I'm talking to myself.
Thank you. I'm talking to myself.
Oh right. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Can you be quiet, please?
Can you be quiet, please?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm trying to talk to my
I'm
guest.
trying to talk to my guest.
You don't have to repeat me.
You don't have to repeat me.
Sorry, Dave, about that.
Sorry, Dave, about that.
You keep telling it off, Steve. You tell yourself off, Steve.
Yeah. I think we got a ghost here, man.
I think we've got a ghost here, man.
Sorry, man.
We have.
Sorry, man.
Nice and slow.
And now all of a sudden I had something a little on my screen. Sorry about that.
On my screen. Sorry about that.
We do down here.
Hello. Anyway.
Hello down there.
You got to laugh.
You're not.
Dave, how are you, mate?
I'm not too bad, Steve. How are you, my friend?
I'm all right. I've been busy.
I'm all right. I've been busy.
That's good.
I've been busy organising a charity event
that were.
Be quiet. On the 5th and the 6th of December.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're in, yeah. You're in. You'll be playing the guitar.
I'll play a couple of songs for you.
Do you know what? My name was down, you know.
My name was down.
Good show. Good show.
Yeah, but the trouble is, it shut me off.
Oh, that sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was rehearsing the other day on here. Live. And they said I was no good.
Oh, Steve Devil, mate.
Bad, innit?
I know your mate, Sardi.
I know. Yeah, this must be my mate. Yeah, it's
Sorry,
terrible
Steve.
here.
It's nasty, that, mate.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, man. The lousy tickets.
Anyway, I saw some videos of you the other day. Here he comes. He's back again now. Quiet. I've got gas. Right. Sorry, Dave. I saw a video about you the other day.
Did you know?
And you were playing the guitar in a subway.
I was.
What's that about then?
Me and my friend just went down to the local ferry port, and there's a tunnel there. We might start work on the walls, and we thought we'd sing a couple of songs, but my mate forgot to bring his words with him, so it was just me doing it.
Oh. So you went to the ferry?
Yeah, the ferry's the top of my road where I live.
Is it?
Yeah.
God. What's that for? The river? Mersey.
Yeah, Merseyside.
All right, you got so up the top of your road.
So up the top of your road.
Sorry, David.
Well, more or less, it's 2 roads, but it's the top of my road.
Yeah, you got the river. You got the River Mersey.
You got the River Mersey.
Yeah, and this ferry goes across the Irish and the Daffodil.
All right, so that goes. And where does that go to?
And where does that go to?
It only
Sorry,
goes
man.
to 3 places.
Sorry, man.
Where's that to?
3 places.
Where's that to?
It goes to Liverpool, Woodside, and Seacombe.
All right. Seacombe.
So it's basically just getting into Liverpool town centre.
All right. A ferry goes to Seacombe.
A ferry goes to Seacombe.
I've never.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the last
There's
time
been
I
a
saw.
ferry there.
I'll tell you the last time I saw.
What?
What?
I said there's been a ferry port there for 600 years.
600 years.
600 years.
600 years.
Is that how long he's gone now?
Is that how long he's gone now?
Yeah, it's always a ferry.
What, Harry Seacombe's
What,
gone for
Harry
600 years?
Well, that's how old he could be, yeah. You silly sod. Harry Seacombe, behave yourself.
Have you know, last time when I interviewed you,
Last one when I interviewed you,
did you say that you ever played at the Cavern?
did you say that you ever played at the Cavern?
No, I played in the Cavern pub.
Ah, the Cavern
The
pub.
Cavern Club is
The Cavern pub.
the Cavern Club is across the way, and the Cavern Pub is run by Ian Proust. It's an open mic on a Monday night,
All right.
and he goes down with your own original songs, and he lets you get up and have 15 minutes or 3 songs.
What's it like to play in there?
What's it like to play in there?
In the pub, it's just a normal pub. In the Cavern Club, I missed it because the pub was closed and the Cavern was on, but I didn't realise.
Oh, no.
Oh,
But I've been about 3 times.
no. Is that where you want?
Is that where you want to play to?
Obviously.
In the Cavern?
Where you want to play to in the Cavern?
Yeah, I'm not too bothered. I'll play anyway. Sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm bad. I just having a go.
So, hang on for a second. Hang on.
So, hang on a
So,
second.
are you telling me one minute
So
you're
are you
good,
telling me 1 minute you're good
and next minute you're shite?
and next minute you're shite?
Well, I wouldn't go as bad as saying I'm a shite, but I'm not. Sometimes I'm very good and not so good.
Right, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just doing it as a hobby, Steve. This is a hobby, this.
I know, mate, I know.
I
I
know,
think,
mate, I know.
I think we've got a
I
problem
think
here.
we've got a problem here.
Yeah.
I think he's mentally ill. Yeah. Anyway, sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
We got a problem at the moment.
We got a problem at the moment.
I can tell you're jittery a bit there.
Why?
Why?
You're kind of breaking in and out, and then I'm hearing you, and then I'm not hearing you. And I'm doing the same.
Yes, the reception's crap, isn't it? Oh, the
Yes,
reception's
the
awful.
reception's crap, isn't it? Oh, the reception's awful.
Stop swearing, will you?
Yeah, no, it's ringing, it's ringing.
It's ringing.
He says with a song like F off Boris.
No. Sorry, guys, if you're listening.
Sorry,
I'm not
guys,
usually,
listening. I'm not using.
not usually like this.
Not using like this.
Well, get your pennies out, put in the square box.
Oh yes. So when you was in the sub,
yes.
when you was
So
on by
when
the
you
ferry
was in the sub-
playing,
when you was on by
was
the
there a
ferry
lot of people playing?
was there
Was
a lot
there
of
a lot of
people
people
playing?
watching?
Was there a lot of people watching?
Yeah, there was a few people watching. They were walking past. It's promenade. It runs the whole length from the Irish ferry terminal right the way up to Morton, which is the full length of the promenade.
So you were busking.
It's an amazing
You were
place to
busking.
visit.
Were you busking?
Were you busking?
No, I wasn't busking.
No. Of course not.
I was just projecting my songs.
Of course not. No.
Mm.
I did say to him as he walked past, £10 it is, but he would have none of it.
No. Next time I'll come with you.
Next time I'll come with you.
Yeah,
woke
you
up
get the
down
money
with a
in,
board.
Steve.
I woke up and down
Yeah.
with a board.
Yeah, 60-40, I remember.
Yes, yes. I woke up.
Yeah.
I woke up with a board up
I
and
woke
down.
up with a board up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy his CD before you get on the ferry.
Before you get on the ferry.
That's the one, mate.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
good idea, you know.
That's a good idea, you know.
You should play on the ferry.
You should play on the ferry.
No, you can't play on the ferry
Why not?
Well, no.
because there's a you just can't. You can't play on the ferry.
All right. Okay. So
You
anyway,
have a tannoy system, and it tells you.
So anyway, so what?
If you have a tannoy system, it tells you ins and outs of Liverpool itself, so you can't play on the ferry.
right. Okay. What's Liverpool like then? Tell me about Liverpool.
What's Liverpool like then? Tell me about Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool's like every other city in the country. Skyscrapers, loads of shops, great music, great nightlife. Used to be able to get a pint there as well.
You can't get a pint there no more.
You can't get a pint there no more.
No, nowhere.
That's no good, is it? Have you got a lot of working men's clubs up
Have you got
there?
a lot of working men's clubs up there?
Say again, Steve.
Have you got a lot of working men's
Have you got a lot of
clubs up there?
working men's clubs up there?
I would imagine so. Yeah, I've never really tapped into that scene.
All right. So you just go to a
All
pub
right,
if you
so
want
just
to drink.
go to a pub if you want to drink.
Yeah,
Because the working men's clubs
Because the
have
working
cheaper.
men's clubs are cheaper.
You can get a pint in there for about
You
180.
get a pint in there for about 180.
oh yeah, the Service Legion clubs. Yeah, there's quite a few around.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Up in Liverpool.
I'll give you a point.
Well, they're all called Royal Service Legion clubs, RSLs.
Oh,
Oh,
well, they're different because I used to live in
I used to
Newcastle,
live in Newcastle.
and they used to have all these clubs. You know.
These clubs, you know.
I used to like
I
Sundays.
used to like Sundays.
Sundays is really good. It was.
Really good it was.
I used to be on the
Yeah.
I used to
door,
be on the door.
and then you used to have
And then you
strippers
shut
upstairs.
strippers upstairs.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I went up there,
I went up there,
and it was four of
and
them
it was
stripping off the
stripping off
wallpaper.
the wallpaper.
Yeah. Hanging around the snooker cube.
Well,
Well,
you could have seen this
you could have
woman.
seen this woman.
No,
She was-
I've seen it myself in the clubs. Like,
Yeah, but no,
Yeah,
I'm only
but
joking.
no, I'm only joking.
What I was trying to ask you
What I
is
was
this:
trying to ask you is this.
when you go around the pubs and the clubs
around
for
the
your
pubs
music,
and the clubs for your music,
when you can,
when you can,
when you can, do you get a buzz when
you
you're
get a
playing?
buzz when you're playing.
yeah, I do. Yeah, it's a nice feeling.
Mm.
I don't drink, Steve, so it's nice to go to these places and be sober.
Yeah, because some people
Yeah,
go in there
some
and
people
play,
go
and
in there and play, and get
have a few pints,
have a
everything,
pints,
don't they?
everything, don't they?
Yeah, a bit of just Dutch courage and all that. Yeah, but I've done it 100 times and I didn't have a drop once.
Good.
Good.
Have you got anything planned
Got
for
anything planned for
when all this
when
rubbish
all
is
this
over?
rubbish is over done with?
Well, I'm hoping to do a few outdoor festivals. I want to get involved in that kind of scene.
Yeah, I think if you
I
play
think if you
sorry, mate, my
sorry,
friend's
mate,
playing
my
up
friend,
again.
play that again.
Yeah, slow down then.
If
If
you do this Elvis gig,
you do this Elvis,
what Elvis?
what
Elvis.
Elvis?
Get it together, will you?
Sorry, mate, my
Sorry, mate,
friend is
my
playing
friend
up.
is playing up.
It sounds like it is, Stevie lad.
I just wanted you
I
up.
just
I
wanted
think it's
you
funny.
up. I think it's funny.
Go on, it's working.
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah, it's working.
No, I'm just thinking, if you do the Elvis gig on Facebook, you might get some work from that.
Yeah, could do. Sounds good.
Yeah. So how long have you got? How long are they going to give you on there? An hour?
Say again? I don't know. They have to contact me. I generally don't know. I thought you were running it, Steve.
Wow. I am running it, but I don't do the times.
Well, as long as I'm round about what time to go on, I'm in it. I'll have a go.
Have they told you what time you're on?
No, they'll tell me near the time, I would imagine.
Yeah. That's bad, really, isn't it? That organisation. They should tell you when you're on.
Shocking.
I know, it's shocking. I'll get in contact with the organiser.
Yeah, I tell her that, Steve. Put your finger out.
No, what I come on tonight with you for is just to catch up with you and just have a little chat and everything.
All right, well, I'm on this podcast today, Steve, because I want to highlight the fight that I've been subjected to with the child maintenance services.
Tell me about it, Dave.
I fought all 6 cases of appeal and lost. I've been to 2 tribunals and lost. I've contacted my local MP 7 times and lost. The parliamentary ombudsman told me it's now a legal matter. So I want to ask who's watching this and other people that might watch this in the future, positive and negative effect of the child maintenance services, because unfortunately my experience with them was negative. I had a 22-year career that I paid taxes every year, and because I got kids out of wedlock, they thought I'm on punishment laws, and the punishment law says I can't have a wage anymore. I can't earn a wage. I can't go to work and have any money in my bank account anymore, and every penny that I earn is now child maintenance services. He told me I had no rights to my income. He said I had no rights to pay for my mortgage, drive my car. I had no rights to pay my bills. It crucified me. It made me severely ill, and I took all that nonsense that it was. It wasn't just like a couple of weeks. I had for 2.5 years, from 2014 to 2017, and I quit my job because they wanted to steal off my wages from my bank account. And he said I had 60% protected income, but he wanted to have my net income from my bank account. And I said, I can't live. And he called me a liar, said my wages wasn't what it was. Didn't put evidence on me P60 that they stole 4.5 grand out of me in a year's time on a national minimum wage and left me to rot. And I've been fighting, like I said, 6 times. I've got these here. This letter, this one, where is it? 4 inches thick of nonsense. I've got another one here, 4 inches thick of nonsense. And I've got another one, 4 inches thick of nonsense. It weighs it's as heavy as a newborn baby. And the postman hand delivered it to my front door. I've had 2 apology letters off the child maintenance services for their actions. And by their apology letters says that they were at fault, but they haven't helped me out. They just left me, abandoned me on the dole, because now I can't have a wage unless I give them extortionate amounts of money. I can't have my life back. And I've been arguing with them. I wrote them 1,000 letters at Child Maintenance Options. I've wrote to Jeremy Corbyn. I've wrote to Carolyn Noakes, Frank Fields, Kit Malthouse, Ben Bradley, who's just voting now saying fight for men's rights. I wrote to Keir Starmer. I wrote to Theresa May. I've wrote to, you name it, I wrote to everybody to try and say, yeah, this isn't right, this. And they've all said, you're in our constituency, sling it up.
Have you been to the papers?
I've written to I've tried social media on my phone. I've emailed the Channel 4 show, BBC News, Northwest, the politics programme. I did one this morning. I wrote off to the Liverpool Echo saying about what I just said there. And they're saying now it's a legal matter. The Parliamentary Ombudsman said it's a legal matter. But I haven't got the means to pay for legal fees against a multi-billion-pound organisation that is set in legislation that men now are piggy banks and we're not entitled to have a right to life. And if the Child Support Agency took 1,400 lives because it was misappropriation and it was outright abuse and oppressive practice, well, the Child Maintenance Services has greater powers to infringe punishments on people. And it forced me out of a career of 22 years. So I'm saying that their logic lacks common sense, dignity, diversity, equality, because diversity was the job I had, the career I chose to do, the home that I live in, the effort that I made to be a father to my children. I went to family court 18 times to be a father to my kids. And I'm still being held to ransom by the parent with care. And I'm tired of it. And the Child Maintenance Services, it's the parent with care's responsibility, whether she agrees or she doesn't agree. And I'm saying that's bullying. I made an offer and I'm 3 years out of work because I don't agree to be persecuted because I don't believe it. It's against UK policy to be, it's against safeguarding laws, it's against human rights, it's against my right. I should have to give a soulless corporation half my wages because I've got kids out of wedlock and I'd be forced on the streets because I can't have a wage to pay for my home that I've lived in for 11 years. I think it's downright disgusting.
Right, okay.
And
do you ever see,
well, I can see I'm quite annoyed by it all. Sorry, Steve.
Do you ever see your children?
Do you ever see your children then?
Yeah, I see my children all the time. Well, not all the time. It's complicated, but I have had a relationship with my children. They do know who I am, and I do know who they are.
Okay.
Life is what it is, Steve.
Well, it's not on, really.
Well, it's not on, really. It's not on.
Well, no, that's why I'm thinking if I can find some way to get some form of legal representation to fight this nonsense, because I've got a case, because I spoke to a solicitor, and he said by my tribunal decision being rejected 3 months after a reward, which is only a month, they've got to try to contest the decision that was made in the court, because I exercise my right as a UK citizen to seek some equality and fairness and balance, which the judge on that day gave me, and the mother agreed, and there was a representative of the Child Maintenance Services there that 3 months later rejected me because we can, was their answer, because we can. And I've got all that information. I've had that for nearly a year and a half. If I open this information, I've lost my case because I've tampered with evidence. But that's how confused it's got me. By the contradiction, subterfuge, repudiation, by the contradiction of contracts, forever increase in monies. There's 3 pieces of information that are not in that file. The original contract when I first started on it, the tribunal decision award, and me £87 a week child support payments that they wanted off me. You know, because I got paid every 4 weeks, it was £108 a week.
Gosh.
It's obscene.
Have you got a piece of paper and a pen?
Not really, no, at the minute, no.
Right.
Right.
I mean, I need to go like pro bono or something like that because I haven't got the means. I'm not going to put my house up. I'm not going to lose my house against a corporation that can lie, cheat, steal, slander, oppressive, abusive practice. Because why would I want to lose my home when I've made a home so I can be a father to my children? It just seems a bit backward. It seems a bit backward that me as a taxpayer is now just someone to be punished by the system that has no empathy, no dignity, and no equality. It's just the system. It sucks. It's disgraceful. And only by us men up and down the country, all of us and women as well, unfortunately, the non-residential parents stand together and say enough's enough. This is nonsense. Because I was in arrears. I was on punishment laws, but the punishment laws didn't stop. They said it was a default pay life. So they just persecuted me and made it more and more expensive because it was a service charge.
The trouble is, long time ago when they stopped me from seeing my kids, I stopped paying the maintenance charges. This is,
you got a whopping big bill.
Years ago now.
And I had a whopping big bill, and because I couldn't pay the bill, they threatened me with prison.
Yeah, I had that as well.
Yeah.
The list of punishment laws are obscene. Take your driving license, 6 weeks in prison, financially abuse you to half your wages or 40%, but then you pay statutory tax, so you lose 50% of your wages. And then how do you pay your council tax? How do you pay your rent? If you're on a national minimum wage, the very first, there's a thing called deduction of earnings, a DOE, and I was on 17 of them. And the very first one, he took off me the month of Christmas, and he agreed that it was excessive, it was too expensive, it was unaffordable. So they agreed to take me off it. They lied. They took it off me in January. And by taking that much money off me, I couldn't pay my overdraft back, couldn't pay my mortgage, couldn't pay my car insurance, couldn't see my kids, couldn't have my food in my cupboards. I had to access food banks. 25 times access the food bank because I had no lights in my house, because I went to work on a full-time contract for crap wages, to be told that I can't have them crap wages anymore because child maintenance services need 30, 40, 50, 60, 72% of my wages, 68%.
Well, they can't do that. Can't you do a
You can do whatever they want. You can do whatever they want.
No. Did you do a means test?
Yeah, I've done all that. They just said, we don't believe you. They called me a liar. I was on 140 hours a month contract. I got paid every week. Every 4 weeks I got paid. And he said, we don't believe you.
Did you provide your paper to them?
They didn't need to because they'd already done a deduction of earnings on me. They contacted my works and he knew how little I had to live on. And they instructed me to earn a quarter less of my wages and increase my service charge. I paid £2,600 in a fine and £1,700 in a service charge. So £4,000 odd of the £6,800 I paid in 26 payments was a charge.
That's totally wrong, that.
It's absolutely scandalous. And I've been fighting and arguing it, and they called me a liar. They discredited me. They smashed my front door in the year before last because I phoned up and said the system was making me ill. It was making me mentally ill. It was draining me of my life. I was ill. But I was beyond ill. And they couldn't understand. They just said that I was some form of low life and I wasn't prepared to pay it. And I've argued the toss and I phoned up and I got nowhere. I got threats. I phoned up the family court of the week and I got threatened with an injunction. Phone up again, we'll put an injunction against you. And I wasn't asking anything. All I said was, how come somebody else can have a direct message sent to me through this system? And when I ask for something, it gets rejected and said the system doesn't work anymore. So I'm saying, us men up and down the country have got to join forces and say enough's enough. We're not piggy banks. We have a right to life as well. And my case is my case. And I want to know how many tens of thousands of people up and down the country are suffering in this misery, that have been denied contact with their kids and then being financially abused by a system that's supposed to be there for their children, that doesn't go to their children, but lies to Treasury and puts hard-working men and women up and down the country into absolute poverty, facing homelessness and denying contact with their kids because money's more important than lives.
Well, yeah.
Bit heavy, that, Steve. I'm sorry, mate.
No, you carry on. No, you carry on.
No, that's the point I want to make. That's the point I want to make. It's just it lacks any form of logic to be forced into a situation that's just abnormal. I had a normal life. I paid taxes. I paid my council tax. I saw my children, and I had some form of something to live on. And because I was the default payer, he just turned around and said, "No, forget it. You can forget that life now." And being out of work is abnormal to myself because I've worked for 22 years. And they're just saying I didn't want to pay it. It's not I didn't want to pay it, I just couldn't afford it. And then they've lied ever since that I'm some kind of scumbag because I don't want to pay my child support payments. And it's not. I had a family-based arrangement set in place on a promise by the child maintenance services that's what they're actively seeking to do, because the mother rejected it, and I had no right to pay the mother direct because I was on a punishment law with the child maintenance services. So I said to him, how can I give you 378 quid a month and 10% of my wages to the mother at the same time and maintain a life myself on a less than £1,000 every 4 weeks?
That is
bullshit.
That is terrible.
Bullshit.
I'm going to put you. I'm going to put you in contact with somebody in a minute.
Well, like I say, after the program, by all means, send me a message, and any help's a help, and I need some help because this is dragging me down. I can't take this nonsense anymore. I've fought it for 5 years, and I'm getting nowhere with it. And because now I'm just abandoned on the dole, because they can't be bothered, because I'm a thorn in the side. But it's not. I'm a person. I'm not a 12-digit number that says they can persecute me on a punishment law that lacks any form of rational thought. It's inhumane. It's barbaric. It's draconian. And I phoned up Greg Pennington of Families and Fathers. The list of people I've spoken to in the years that I've been fighting this nonsense, it's just endless. And I went to a tribunal when I wasn't working, and I was basically just discredited. I didn't want to pay it, so I didn't want to pay it. That's it, blah, blah, blah. But when I was working and I went to a tribunal, the judge said, I want to keep in employment, still keep seeing my children, have a home to live in, and have some form of disposable life, and maintain my life the way it was. And on their contract that they gave me, the judge agreed to it. And on that pretext, they agreed to it. So everything after that statement has been abuse, being oppressive and financial abuse. And to reject it 3 months after the fact, and then put me through punishment laws forever and a day, and then force me out of employment, well, they're an arse.
See, the trouble is, it's so idle, isn't it?
Well, yeah, you find the government, you can't enough. The only honest person that spoke to me is Angela Eagle's receptionist, and he's a Labour candidate, a Labour representative of the Labour Party, and he said that all the MPs aren't talking to themselves about this issue because it's not a national issue. I'm not asking myself to be a national issue. I'm asking the child maintenance projecting their punishment and misery on the non-residential parent, struggling to pay their bills when the rent on a property is like 2/3 of their wages. How can they justify half their wages in child support payments? Where's the food? Where's the contact with the kids? Where's the equality? Where's the life? Where's the laughter? Where's the love in that kind of system? There is none. It's just making people push to the wire for money, and it's about profit, and it's racketeering and profiteering. Now, the system said it's not about that, and Safeguarding says we have protection of 9 laws that says free from gender, sexual, financial. The list is endless of what we're protected to as UK citizens. I have got capacity. I don't lack capacity. So the Capacity Act, the National Minimum Wage Act says we ought to have enough money to live on. The list is endless of laws to protect us in our workplace, health and safety at work. Buying child maintenance services wanting that much money off me. It was forcing me to work another full-time job on top of the full-time job I worked. So not 140 hours. I'd have to work 280 hours a month to have a full-time wage. Because I went for a full-time job and then a part-time wage. There wasn't evidence on my P60, which every person who pays tax in the country has a P60. It says this year you paid X amount of tax on the X amount of income you earned. Well, I didn't have that. My child support payments were taken at source on a deduction of earnings all day, a liability all day. And it wasn't evidenced. And I'm saying, why wasn't there evidence? Because I could have had some form of financial support from the Department of Work and Pensions to keep me in employment.
Did they help you?
No, they blew me out. Because I had no evidence. And my gross income says I paid the yearly wage that I earned, but without the deductions taken out.
And they didn't ask
there was no way to contest it. Sorry, Steve.
Sorry, they didn't ask for no pay slip.
I was on a punishment law. They don't need pay slips. They just dictate what you're on, and that's it forever. They refuse to take me off it. It's supposed to be 6 months, 6 months statutory, 6 months voluntary. When it came to 6 months statutory to come the end of, they increased it by 60 quid. I went to 300 quid every 4 weeks. So I was paying 150 quid a week.
Look, I've got a message
here for you.
Go on. Stop moaning, you miserable bastard.
No, not moaning. No,
not moaning.
No, not moaning.
No, not moaning.
No, me.
All right. I've got
a
children's rights campaign from Liston Barnes.
Yeah, by all means, if you can help, check me out on Facebook. By all means, send me a direct message. If you can help me out in any way, shape or form, please, because I'm ill with this nonsense. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
No, it's good.
If you contact him.
Yeah, just send me a message after, Stephen.
He will help you.
Oh, that's good. That's amazing. There's got to be other fathers and others up and down the country struggling. So what I did, I realised that I was on death's doors and I was really ill. So I went to my doctors. I told my doctor repeatedly that I wasn't coping, that I wasn't well. And he offered me tranquilizers and stuff. And I said, they're not for me. I just want a bit of equality. What would make you feel better? I said some form of rational common sense that stated that it was bang out of order and for them to take ownership of doing bang out of order. I know you're laughing, and I'm laughing now, but at the time I was crying, Steve, because I couldn't understand why the system would do this to me. Because I don't think it's right to be persecuted.
Sorry, David, but I'm laughing because
it's stupid. I get you.
Stupid.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But then, I mean, the postman delivered them 3 bundles. Like I say, it weighs the weight of a newborn baby. That postman had to walk around the streets and hand deliver that to me. That's all the money I paid in incompetence. Because that shouldn't be in place. Because I had a family-based arrangement set up, and I had a tribunal award decision set up. So all that is just BS. And their action against me is being BS. And every time I phone up, I get a manager screaming and ranting and raving at me because I won't adhere to what they believe is right. And I'm saying, well, look, I'm a realist. I live within my means of who I am to what I am. I haven't got a rich lifestyle. I never have. I had an overdraft to help me get by to keep me in employment. I waited 2 years before they took my overdraft off me. I was dreading it that they were going to go into my bank account and steal my money out of my overdraft and put me on a £10 fine every day until I could pay it back. And I had no money to pay it back because I haven't got a job anymore.
Did you pay the... What are they doing about the rules at the moment, man?
Well, I haven't got a clue, Steve, because I did pay it. And in the ICE team report that I paid it. The Freedom of Information Act I asked for said I paid it. They now said I can't be a default payer. So that's contradiction to what they said. And like I said, I've had 2 apology letters. And I'm still in limbo. I've been abandoned on the deduction of earnings, and I was abandoned on the dole. And when I tried to seek a bit of reason with them, they put slander against me. And I'm ill because I don't think this is right to be forced this way into believing a nonsense ideology. I mean, I believe that as a father, I should have to provide for my children. Of course I do, but not to provide to the government for the service to pay the mother who's already getting housing benefit, working tax, family tax, got a job, this, that, and the other, whatever she's entitled to. And I'm a working man on the 16 grand a year, entitled to no help, no support, no nothing, and then losing a quarter of my wage on top of my tax as well. Paying tax and my own rent, and somehow I've got to live. Well, it's impossible.
I'll tell you what, it's crazy, mate.
It's draconian. It's barbaric. And they said they're fighting to seek equality. There was a woman called Carolyn Noakes, and she was the head honcho of the Child Maintenance Services in 2016. And she stated as a factual fact in the Houses of Parliament that single parents won't be used as scapegoats as a weapon. It won't infringe on their quality of life. It won't be an action to punish people. It was set up to be a regulation towards a provision for their children. But unfortunately, I've saw the other side of that action. All I've had is punishment, lies, subterfuge, contradiction, discreditment, and rejection. And all that kind of rejection made me ill, because I'm a positive kind of person. I see the good in people, and I've worked for 22 years as a care worker, and I believe in the principles of putting people before myself. But to be told that I have no right to my own wages, and my wages were crap anyway, like I said before, it's just. But anyway, I'm half on about enough of this nonsense. Like, all I'm going to say is that I changed all that, and I made these daft songs because I thought on my YouTube channel, if one called Your Call is Important to Us, it's basically phoning them up and they're fobbing you off. And the rejection as the operator, as he's talking, tells you. And I've got another one called The Same Things, where I phone up and they're just telling me the same things. And you're getting nowhere, and we're getting nowhere, we're just going back in circles here, and it's but this, we're getting nowhere here, if you don't stop talking, we're going to put the phone down on you, and then they hang up on you.
Yeah. Would you speak to a reporter?
Well, if I had the chance to, yeah, because I think this is a story worth telling, because I don't think it's right. And it's only by your avenue giving me this chance to speak my mind. Appreciate this. Thank you very much.
No, that's all right. Don't worry. Keep talking, and I'm working at the moment, so I'm sorry.
Well, that's about it. I mean, I can go on for days about the inconsistency of the practice. I mean, but the guidelines to policy to procedure, north, south, east, and west. He said they have a code of conduct. And the code of conduct says it protects workers in the employment, and it's not there to be used as a weapon to be exploited. Well, unfortunately, my works gave me a severance pay when I left my job, because I didn't have a day off sick. I didn't have a day off. I didn't take any of my holidays. I worked, and my job was dead easy. 2 long weeks, 1 short week, and that was my rota. And I did that for 5.5 years. It was only by the negative impact of the child maintenance services that squeezed ever increasing disproportionate payments out of me, and I quit my job, because my wages didn't go up by the £86 a month to £87 a week. My wages didn't escalate by that amount. So my child support payments went up 5 times in 2.5 years, and I paid it. And it's just
right.
I want my life back. I want the action that they did to me on every single name in them files. Every single person that's mentioned in them nonsense folders, or whatever you want to call it, collection of papers, to have the same principle: a third, a quarter, half, and then none for 3 years of financial. Until that happens, there's no way. They offer me a £50 compensation. You can put that where the sun doesn't shine, is what I said to him over the phone. 50 quid. 50 quid for losing my career because they were financially abusive. No.
Yeah. So what are they going to? How many MPs have you contacted so far?
I've contacted a few, but the only one I can contact is Angela Eagle, because you get this link saying you're not in my constituency, so we can't do nothing for you.
Is that Maria Ingo?
Angela Eagle.
Right.
Yeah, and she knows me because I've written to her 7 times, and she's acted for me 7 times.
Right, I've got a Maria Eagle, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Hang on, I'll just come back from a minute. Yeah. Right, so just here. I'm going to send you some details over. Maria Ingo from the Labour Party says she's prepared to talk to you.
Well, if she's prepared to talk to me and talk to Angela Eagle, MP of Wallasey, then yeah, she's got my history. She's got all the paperwork that I've got as my appeal against the child maintenance services. But like I said, it's not just me. I want a positive and negative poll done against all people, parent with care and a non-residential parent, of everybody who's involved with this nonsense, to say who's had a good experience, who's had a bad experience.
And
Because
also,
if the person doesn't agree, then you're knackered.
Yeah. Also, I've got something called Pete Jacob from Liverpool Echo, and he's prepared to talk to you too.
So I wrote to Liverpool Echo before.
Well, get in contact with him and he will talk to you.
Wow. Good, nice one, mate.
So if you get in contact with those people, they will try to help you out.
Well, that'd be great. If you want to contact me, by all means, davidbourne@71gmail.com.
Right.
Say again, bourne.david71@gmail.com. There you go.
Right, okay.
Right, so I took all that nonsense and I stepped out of it. I joined a music production team in a day centre called Spider, and it saw where I was coming from. It saw the heartache I was going through. It took me out of a dark place, put me in a better place, and I made all these daft songs up with really talented, amazing people, and everyone that's on that David Bourne songs, they're all going through some form of conflict in one way or another, and they've all battled through. Unfortunately, there's only one person on there that didn't make it through that I'm aware of. It was a lad called Danny, Ever Catch the Rain. Unfortunately, he couldn't beat his demons, and he was a lovely fella, and it's just part of the life that we live in. It's so complicated, so awkward. So I'll join, man. I'll sing a song, eh?
Yeah, sing a song. Yeah.
Right. This was my first song that I made when I joined this day centre. It's called Put a Little Joy in Your Heart. Every day when I look in the mirror, see new grey hair and a red old line, I know one day soon the pain will stop. Just be happy with what you got. Put a little joy in your heart. Put a little joy in your soul. Put a little joy in your heart. Put a little joy in your soul. Every day I hear a new sad story. I see another broken soul. Don't worry about tomorrow. Just live for the here and now. Put a little joy in your heart. Put a little joy in your soul. Put a little joy in your heart. Put a little joy in your soul. Everyday life's too precious to waste on all that crap that puts you down. Just put those feelings aside now. Just be glad you're alive. Put a little joy in your heart. Put a little joy in your soul. Put a little joy in your heart. Put a little joy in your soul. Every day when I look in the mirror, I see a new hair and a whole line. I know when it's soon the pain will stop. Just be happy with what you got. Little joy in your heart. A little joy in your soul. A little joy in your heart. A little joy in your soul.
Well done. Brilliant.
Thank you. Brilliant. So that song, Put a Little Joy in Your Heart, is based about the nonsense that is the child maintenance services that I went through. And it's not just myself, and it's not just about child maintenance. It's about these austerity laws we were subjected to for 10 years that killed hundreds of people, desecrated hundreds of people, manipulated, discredited, and now we've got this COVID with its even greater powers, and Brexit about dividing the country. And it's just a way to scaremonger and attack individual people from individualism. If you've got an idea and a thought in your head, you have a right to express it, not to be persecuted and punished, and to believe that it doesn't exist, because we all have a right to be who we want to be.
Good. And
that's what that song's about.
Well done for that. We'll end that on that.
All right.
All right. And thank you very much for joining me.
Cool, Steve.
You're the man.
You're the man. Go on, do another one before I get off. Come ahead.
Sorry?
Do one more song before I get off.
Yeah, carry on.
Carry on.
I'll do a few songs if you want.
As long as you finish by 9 o'clock.
Yeah. My son's only last a minute.
Go on, carry on.
The bird's like that, cooking out, you can last more than a minute, can't you?
Yeah, I'm only joking. Come on.
Oh, all right then, Steve. This one's called Griffin's Song. My son wrote this. This one's called Griffin's Song. My son wrote this for me, and it goes up, down, high, low. I don't know where to go. It's not the world playing out anymore. When it's around and it's not so pure, it's smoke I breathe, clouds my vision. There are things about me now what's going right. I had some nice friends, they were right. Oh, we got into a fight. Now I'm all alone. It's okay, yeah. It's gonna be alright. It's up and down, high and low. I don't know where to go. It's not the world playing out anymore. Where's the kind that is not so pure? Smoke I breathe, clouds my view. There are things about me that I want to be alright. I had some nice friends, they were right. Oh, we got into a fight. Now I'm all alone. It's okay, yeah. It's gonna be alright. It's up and down, high and low. I don't know where to go.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'd love that to be a footy chant around the football stadiums, but it's dead easy. It's only one verse repeated over and over again. Play it all day. It's a good busking little tune. All my songs are busking tunes, right? This one's about the family court called Family Guy, called The Better Man. It's about fighting the family courts and getting nowhere, and you just got to keep on doing the same old. Goes like this. Only ever try to be a better man. Live for the moments, share unity. Forever watch those walls between us. When the love is gone, it's gone, it's gone forever. I don't care much that I guess about this fight I find myself. And all the good peaceful protests without winning. Or outside all over again. It's not in my head, not making this up. Gonna make it up, even if I try. Forever watch those walls between us. When I know it's gone, it's don't swear much, but I kiss about this trying to find myself. Only through peaceful protests, but I will go around, start all over again. I've been stressed, further getting worse. Long time ago, in a place long away from here, all around watch these walls between us. When the love is gone, it's gone, it's gone forever. I don't swear much, but I kiss a lot. Out this start to find myself. And only through peaceful protest, but I will go around, start all over again. Only ever try to be a better man. Live for the moments you said you'd do. All around watch these walls between us. When the love is gone, it's gone, it's gone forever. I don't swear much, but I kiss about this fight to find myself. And only through peaceful protest, but I will go around, start all over again.
Oh, there you go.
Cool.
That was it.
Go on, one more. I'll fit another one in.
Go then.
Go then.
Go on then. This one's called Start Out. Trying to be a hillbilly here.
You carry on.
You carry on.
Started out when nothing. I still, yes I still got most of it lately. I cannot give what I haven't got. Because that's all, because that's all, because that's all that I got. We never had a life. Your kisses now. Standing up for the rain. Watching the rain, watching the rain, watching the rain falling down. I'm on top of a mountain. What is it? What is it? What is it? It's freedom. We never had a life. Your kisses now. Started out with nothing. I still got to believe. I cannot give what I haven't got. Because that's all, because that's all that I got. We never had a lot. Your kisses now. Standing on the border. Watching the rain, watching the rain, watching the rain falling down. I'm on top of a mountain. On the sea, on the sea, on the sea. We never had a life. Your kisses now.
Well done.
Well done.
Thank you very much, Steve. By all means, send me them.
Encore.
Got another one?
Got another one?
I can put more in, yeah. I'll say, by all means, send them names, information. This one's called Baby, Won't You Leave Me Alone?
Okay, I will leave you alone, darling.
We are all just passing by. All life's our way. Before we meet, and the times that we share. That wasn't there on you. Hold on to what you know. I'm down on my knees. I'm begging you please. Baby, won't you leave me alone? Baby, won't you leave me alone? How happy can you be? How far can you see? People don't see me. They understand what it's free. I'm with that soon. It will come to well. Hold on to what you know. I'm down on my heels. I'm begging you. Baby, won't you leave me alone? Baby, won't you leave me alone? Take my hand, go for that plan. Make a life, enjoy what it does. Take the ups and downs with the high and lows. All we can do, hold on to what you know. I'm down on my heels, I'm making you feel. Baby, won't you leave me alone? Baby, won't you leave me alone? All I ever wanted was you silly moon. Come down from your mystic haze, play a new game. We are all just passing by, all life's our way. All we can do, hold on to what you know. I'm down on my knees, I'm begging you. Baby, won't you leave me alone?
Baby, won't you leave me
Baby,
alone?
won't you leave me alone?
Baby, leave me alone.
We are all just passing by, all life's our way. Before we meet, and the times that we share, this love, it wasn't there. All we can do, hold on to what you know. I'm down on my knees, I'm begging you. Baby, won't you leave me alone? Baby, won't you leave me alone?
Baby, leave me alone.
How's it go, Steve?
Baby,
Baby, won't
leave
you
me
leave me
alone.
alone?
Dave, thanks very much, mate.
Oh, no, thank you, mate. Thank you for letting me hear my voice.
You're all right,
I
mate.
appreciate this all the world, mate. And I'm definitely for your charity gig, so
Brilliant,
I'm
thank
in.
you. Take care.
You too, be safe.
And you,
Bye-bye,
bye.
mate.
Bye.
Ta-ra.
There you go. That was David Bourne. I've got to go, but I'm going to be back about 9:30 with Sheila, and that's going to be interesting. We're going to talk about everything healthy. So enjoy me then. See you about 9:30, guys. Take care. Bye bye.